How to fix Forza Horizon 6 invalid gaming services detected error. Welcome back to Technobalta. Today, we delve deep into a prevalent and frustrating issue plaguing Forza Horizon 6 enthusiasts: the invalid gaming services detected error. This specific notification halts gameplay, often appearing unexpectedly and preventing access to the full capabilities of Microsoft's flagship racing simulator, deeply integrated with the Xbox ecosystem and Windows services. Understanding its root causes, which range from corrupted system files to misconfigured service dependencies or out-of-date components, is the first step toward effective remediation. The gaming services component is critical for Microsoft Store games, managing digital rights management, licensing, and online functionalities for titles like Forza Horizon 6. When this service malfunctions, whether due to a failed update, account desynchronization, or underlying system corruption, the game cannot authenticate your entitlement or establish necessary connections, leading to this precise error message. Our comprehensive guide will navigate you through a series of advanced troubleshooting steps designed to restore full functionality and get you back on the road in no time. Visual aesthetic description for AI image generation. Left side, crash: a high-contrast 4K hyperrealistic scene, drenched in dark crimson and deep gray tones. A frustrated gamer, face illuminated by the glow of a monitor, leans back in despair, head in hands. On the screen, a modern Windows system error dialog, sleek and dark-themed, prominently displays the red-lettered "Invalid Gaming Services Detected" message with an additional error code 0x80070422. And options like Close and Troubleshoot. The environment is dimly lit, emphasizing the problem. Right side, fix: the scene transitions into vibrant greens and bright blues, portraying a heroic, satisfied character leaning forward, hand on mouse, a triumphant smile on their face. On the monitor, Forza Horizon 6 runs perfectly, a stunning supercar racing through a sun-drenched landscape. Professional studio lighting highlights the joy and seamless gameplay. Update the Xbox application. Outdated Xbox application versions are a primary culprit for gaming services conflicts, as the app serves as a crucial interface for Microsoft's gaming ecosystem. Launch the Xbox app and allow it to automatically check for and install any pending updates, ensuring its internal components are fully synchronized with the latest service requirements. A manual refresh within the Microsoft Store might also be necessary to force these updates, guaranteeing full compatibility and stable operation. Verify Xbox account login status. Authentication discrepancies within the Xbox app can directly impede gaming services functionality, leading to the invalid gaming services detected error. Ensure you are correctly signed into the Xbox application with the Microsoft account linked to your Forza Horizon 6 purchase and subscription services. A brief sign-out and sign-in procedure can often resolve lingering session tokens or authentication mismatches. Check for Microsoft Store application updates. The gaming services are intrinsically tied to the Microsoft Store infrastructure, meaning outdated store components or pending application updates can cause critical dependencies to fail. Open the Microsoft Store, navigate to the Library section, and manually check for updates for all installed applications, particularly focusing on gaming services and Xbox Identity Provider. Applying these updates ensures all related components are current and functional. Repair gaming services via Windows settings. Windows offers built-in tools to address application issues, including those affecting critical services. Go to Windows Settings, then Apps, select Installed Apps, locate Gaming Services, click the three dots, choose Advanced Options, and initiate the repair function. This attempts to fix minor corruptions within the service's installation without affecting its associated data. Reset gaming services via Windows Settings. If a repair doesn't suffice, a more aggressive reset might be necessary to restore gaming services to its default state. Follow the same path as the repair option: Settings, Apps, Installed Apps, Gaming Services, Advanced Options, but select Reset instead. Be aware that resetting can delete the application's data, although for a system service like gaming services, this typically refers to cached files rather than essential user data. Reinstall gaming services using PowerShell. For persistent issues, a complete reinstallation of gaming services often resolves deeply entrenched corruption or missing files. Open PowerShell as an administrator and execute get-axe package gaming services. Alusers remove axe package, alusers to uninstall the service. Subsequently, execute start ms Windows Store //pdp/ product ID equals 9mwpm2nblgj to reinstall it from the Microsoft Store, ensuring a fresh, clean installation. Repair the Xbox application. Similar to gaming services, the Xbox application itself can suffer from minor file corruptions or configuration errors. Navigate to Windows Settings, then Apps, select Installed Apps, find Xbox, choose Advanced Options, and click Repair. This process attempts to mend any inconsistencies within the application's core files without impacting your personal data or login credentials. Reset the Xbox application. If the repair function doesn't resolve issues with the Xbox app, performing a full reset can often clear persistent glitches and restore default settings. From the advanced options for the Xbox application, Settings, Apps, Installed Apps, Xbox, select Reset. This action will delete local application data, so you may need to sign in again after the process completes. Verify Forza Horizon 6 game files. Corrupted game files, though less directly related to gaming services, can sometimes trigger broader system integrity checks that involve these services. If playing on Steam, right-click Forza Horizon 6, go to Properties, then Local Files, and click Verify integrity of game files. For Xbox app installations, use the Manage option for the game to initiate a verification or repair. Update Windows operating system. An outdated Windows OS can lead to compatibility issues with newer gaming services builds and game requirements, potentially manifesting as service detection errors. Ensure your Windows installation is fully updated by going to Settings, Windows Update, and checking for and installing all available updates. System-level patches often contain critical fixes for core service stability and application integration. Clear Microsoft Store cache. A corrupted Microsoft Store cache can impede the proper functioning and updating of store-dependent applications and services, including gaming services. To clear the cache, press Win+R, type wsreset.exe, and press Enter. A blank command prompt window will appear briefly, then automatically close and open the Microsoft Store, indicating the cache has been reset. Run the Windows Store Apps Troubleshooter. Windows includes a dedicated troubleshooter for issues related to store applications, which can diagnose and automatically fix common problems with gaming services. Follow the on-screen prompts to identify and apply any recommended fixes. Synchronize date and time settings. Incorrect system date and time settings can disrupt secure communication protocols and authentication handshakes required by gaming services and Xbox Live. Ensure your system's date, time, and time zone are accurately synchronized. Go to Settings, Time and Language, Date and Time, and enable Set Time Automatically and Set Time Zone Automatically for reliable network communication. Disable VPN or proxy connections. Virtual private networks, VPNs, or proxy servers can sometimes interfere with the ability of gaming services to connect to Microsoft's authentication and licensing servers. Temporarily disable any active VPN or proxy connections to determine if they are contributing to the invalid gaming services detected error. If the error resolves, reevaluate your network configuration or VPN client. Reset network settings. Deep-seated network configuration issues can prevent gaming services from establishing stable connections. Open PowerShell as an administrator and execute netsh winsock reset, netsh and IP reset, IP protocol configuration/release, IP protocol configuration/renew, and IP protocol configuration/flushen sequentially. These commands reset network components, release and renew IP addresses, and clear DNS caches, often resolving connectivity problems. Temporarily disable firewalls/antivirus. Aggressive firewall or antivirus software can sometimes mistakenly block gaming services processes or network traffic, leading to authentication failures. Temporarily disable your third-party antivirus or Windows Defender firewall to check if they are the cause of the error. Remember to re-enable them immediately after testing to maintain system security. Run SFC and DISM scans. Corrupted Windows system files can profoundly impact the stability and functionality of critical services, including gaming services. Open Command Prompt as an administrator and run SFC/scanout to scan and repair corrupted system files. If SFC reports issues it cannot fix, follow up with DISM/online/cleanupimage/restore health to repair the Windows. Create a new local Windows user profile. Occasionally, user profile corruption can lead to issues with specific applications or services, making a fresh profile a viable diagnostic step. Create a new local administrator account in Windows Settings, Accounts, Family, and Other Users. Add someone else to this PC. Log in with this new account and attempt to launch Forza Horizon 6, which can isolate whether the problem is profile-specific. Don't forget to follow Technobalta for more in-depth technical guides and solutions.